Jasmine Daniels was an ambitious 22-year-old with a dream of breaking into the fashion industry. Growing up in a modest neighborhood in Atlanta, Jasmine had always loved designing clothes, often transforming thrift store finds into stunning outfits that made heads turn. She was determined to carve out a space for herself in the competitive world of fashion. After months of job searching, Jasmine landed an interview at Sapphire Threads, an upscale boutique known for catering to celebrities in the city's elite. This wasn't just any job for Jasmine. It was an opportunity to prove her talent and begin a career she'd been dreaming of since she was a little girl. On the day of the interview, Jasmine dressed in her best creation, a sleek cobalt blue blazer paired with tailored white pants. Her natural curls framed her face, exuding confidence and professionalism. With her portfolio tucked under her arm, she walked into the boutique, her heart racing with excitement. The boutique manager, Lisa Hamilton, greeted her at the door. Lisa, a tall, stern-looking woman in her 40s, gave Jasmine a once-over, her expression unreadable. "You must be Jasmine. Let's get started," she said briskly, leading her to a back office. The interview began smoothly. Jasmine showcased her portfolio, explaining her inspirations and the techniques behind her designs. Lisa nodded occasionally, though her demeanor remained cold. After what felt like an eternity, Lisa closed the portfolio and leaned back in her chair. "Your work is impressive," she admitted, "but I'm not sure you're the right fit for Sapphire Threads. Our clientele expects a certain aesthetic." Jasmine frowned, unsure of what Lisa meant. "Could you clarify?" she asked, her voice steady. Lisa hesitated, then said, "Look, I'll be honest. This is a high-end boutique, and our clients expect a certain level of sophistication. I'm not sure your background aligns with our brand." Jasmine's heart sank. "My designs have been featured in local fashion shows," she countered. "I've worked with clients from all walks of life. I assure you, I can meet any standard of sophistication." But Lisa wasn't convinced. "I just don't think you're what our clients are looking for," she said dismissively, standing to signal the end of the interview. "Thank you for coming in." Jasmine's cheeks burned with humiliation as she gathered her portfolio. As she walked toward the door, a customer entered. A tall man with a commanding presence dressed in an impeccably tailored suit. He paused when he saw Jasmine, his eyes lighting up with recognition. "Jasmine, is that you?" he asked, smiling warmly. Jasmine's face lit up. "Mr. Caldwell, it's good to see you." Lisa's eyes flicked between them, her curiosity piqued. "You two know each other?" she asked. "Know each other?" Mr. Caldwell said with a laugh. "Jasmine designed the suit I'm wearing. She's brilliant." Lisa's expression shifted from surprise to disbelief. "She designed that?" "Every stitch," Mr. Caldwell confirmed. Turning to Jasmine, he added, "I told you that suit would open doors for you." Lisa's face paled. "You mean she's your designer?" "Not just mine," Mr. Caldwell said. "I've recommended her to half my business partners. Her work is exceptional." Jasmine's confidence returned as she stood taller. "Thank you, Mr. Caldwell. That means a lot." Lisa's demeanor changed instantly. "Well, Jasmine, perhaps I was too quick to judge. Let's revisit your application." But Mr. Caldwell raised a hand, cutting her off. "No need. Jasmine, how would you like to design the uniforms for my new hotel chain?" Jasmine's eyes widened. "Are you serious?" "Dead serious," he replied. "Your talent deserves to be seen on a larger stage." Jasmine turned to Lisa, her voice steady and calm. "Thank you for your time, but I think I've found a better opportunity." As Jasmine and Mr. Caldwell left the boutique, Lisa stood frozen, realizing she'd just let an incredible talent slip through her fingers. The story didn't end there. Jasmine's designs for the hotel uniforms received widespread acclaim, leading to collaborations with major fashion houses. Within a year, she launched her own label, becoming one of the most sought-after designers in the industry. Jasmine's journey wasn't without challenges. In her first few months designing for the hotel, she faced intense scrutiny from industry veterans. Some doubted her ability to deliver at such a high level, but Jasmine thrived under pressure. She poured her heart and soul into the project, blending innovative designs with functionality to create uniforms that were both stylish and practical. The media took notice, and articles about Jasmine's meteoric rise began circulating. She was invited to interviews where she shared her story, Her humble beginnings, the rejection at Sapphire Threads, and the transformative moment when Mr. Caldwell recognized her talent. Each time she recounted the story, Jasmine emphasized the importance of resilience and staying true to oneself. Meanwhile, Sapphire Threads began to feel the ripple effects of their mistake. Word about Lisa's treatment of Jasmine spread through the fashion community, tarnishing the boutique's reputation. Regular customers started taking their business elsewhere, preferring to support designers and businesses that celebrated diversity and inclusivity. Lisa, now under scrutiny from her own superiors, attempted damage control. She reached out to Jasmine, offering an apology and proposing a collaboration to mend the boutique's image. But Jasmine declined politely, explaining that she had moved on to bigger and better opportunities. Months later, Jasmine's designs were featured on the runway during New York Fashion Week. It was a moment she had only dreamed of, and it marked the beginning of her international recognition. Fashion critics lauded her creativity, calling her the future of modern design. Invitations from Paris, Milan, and London poured in, and Jasmine found herself at the forefront of a global movement advocating for representation in the fashion industry. Despite her busy schedule, Jasmine remained grounded. She often returned to Atlanta, giving back to her community by mentoring young designers and hosting workshops. She wanted others to know that success was possible, no matter where they started or what obstacles they faced. One day, during a visit to a local high school, a student asked her, "What kept you going when people doubted you?" Jasmine smiled, her voice steady and full of conviction. "I remembered why I started. Fashion is my passion, and no one's opinion could take that away from me. When doors closed, I found another way in. And when someone said I wasn't good enough, I worked twice as hard to prove them wrong. Not for them, but for me." As Jasmine's career soared, Mr. Caldwell became one of her staunchest supporters, often reminding her of the day they met at Sapphire Threads. "That rejection was the best thing that ever happened to you," he would say, earning a laugh from Jasmine. And in many ways, he was right. The experience had shaped her resilience and fueled her drive to succeed. And Lisa? She watched from the sidelines as Jasmine's name became synonymous with innovation and excellence, a constant reminder of the opportunity she'd squandered by letting prejudice cloud her judgment. Sapphire Threads eventually closed its doors, unable to recover from the fallout. Years later, Jasmine walked past the now vacant boutique during a visit to Atlanta. She paused for a moment, reflecting on how far she'd come. Turning to her assistant, she said, "Let's make an offer on this space. I have an idea." Months later, the boutique reopened as Jasmine's Atelier, a space dedicated to showcasing the work of up-and-coming designers from diverse backgrounds. The grand opening was attended by industry leaders, community members, and young dreamers who saw Jasmine as a beacon of hope. As she cut the ribbon, Jasmine looked out at the crowd, her heart swelling with gratitude. Her journey had come full circle, and she was determined to use her success to uplift others. At that moment, she knew that every rejection, every challenge, had led her to this point, a place where she could inspire others to chase their dreams, no matter the odds. Have you ever witnessed someone rise above discrimination to achieve greatness? Share your thoughts in the comments below.